Having a conversation with my father, it was a mind-opening experience because he viewed the world differently. I mean, if you'd just be driving down the road and he looked out the window and you looked out the window, he saw something different.
It's kind of a spiritual experience with sculpture because you become extremely involved with it. You have to understand it and you have to feel it. And with his influence in seeing what he did, how he did it, you become intimate with your idea, with what you want to express and how you want to express it.
Some artists find a particular trope that works for them, and they exhaust that trope. I think Chuck Forester had a more expansive, restless approach to making work. I see architectural studies, I see portraiture, I see abstraction, I see assemblage, I see postmodernism.
Everything he did and everywhere he looked, he was looking for ideas about sculpture and art. He lived, breathed, and thought about making artwork all the time. My dad was born in New Jersey in 1928. He had an unusual childhood. My grandfather, his father, had a good job at a bank. In the years leading up to the big stock market crash, he was persuaded by the owners of the bank to let them use some of the capital. An audit was done. The money was found to be missing. He went to prison. He got a 5-year sentence, and he did 3 years in the Atlanta penitentiary. They lost their home. My father's mother started showing signs of mental illness, and she was committed to a mental institution. My father was basically raised by his sister, who was 10 years older. I think that he had a hard time focusing as a teenager and was kind of drifting, then went into the service, and that kind of grounded him. And that set up the New York years.
New York City in the 40s, really the capital of the art world. That's the kind of environment that would have produced someone like Chuck Forester. There are people who are coming to New York from Germany, from Austria, from Eastern Europe, from other parts of the world fleeing war and oppression, and it becomes this very vibrant place. And I think Chuck Forester certainly took advantage of that.
They met at a party. He was this young, idealistic, good-looking guy who carried around the Daily Worker, the Communist Party USA newspaper. And my mother, who graduated in political science, had recently come back from the University of Zurich. And when she heard about the Daily Worker and kind of sized them up, it was a perfect match. So they got married quickly. My brother was born. They moved to Seattle, and she encouraged him to go back to college. They were sort of the original bohemians, lived this different kind of lifestyle. They lived as forest rangers. I'm sure they got free rent. By the time I was born in Eugene, he was finishing up at the University of Oregon.